Welcome to the cop tribunal. The session is now in order. Automatic gavel sound, intense gears cable sound. Welcome to the cop tribunal. The session is now in order. Cow guy, baby. Liverpool opinions are going on trial. Welcome to the cop tribunal. The session is now in order. Automatic gavel sound, intense gears gavel sound.
People, Curtis Jones is an Inter Milan player. The last scouser in our team is on the move to Italy, and we still haven't got a replacement in. People, welcome back to the Cop Tribunal. I'm your host, Josh. As always, hope you all are having a lovely afternoon wherever you're watching this. I wasn't planning on making this one today, but I've just seen the news that Curtis Jones to Inter Milan. So here we go. Wow. It's one of those ones, you know it's coming. It doesn't mean it hurts any less when it comes. Curtis Jones, as much as I've been critical of him, is still one of my favourite players in the team. And I can sit here and I can say that we've moved beyond Jones and that we don't need him and that Neon develops. But I think that's all satire. I think it's all pointless for me to say that. Even if you don't think Curtis Jones is good enough, which we talk about, I'm happy to have that discussion. I might even agree with you. We still haven't replaced him. We've spoken all summer about how thin our squad is for numbers, and now we're sat here less than 2 weeks from the window closing, and we've just sold one of our rotation midfielders, the only scouser left in the team. Another homegrown spot, selling a homegrown player. What's going on, people? Let me read some of these chats. Big up Joker for the gym. Big up as Richard Hughes destroyed our club. I mean, we can get into that conversation. Slow move, Hughes. Yeah. We let Jones go and United sign Baleba. I know. We'll chop it up, man. It's not gonna be a super long stream today, guys. I just want to get this news out because I'm annoyed. I'm very annoyed. Trudon says we better be on some deadline day madness as we need players. I hope you're right. And I hope that's what happens. I know my football club. I doubt that's what happens. Big up little cop-ite. Hope you're doing well, brother. Big up Joker says, Curtis Jones is not good enough for Liverpool, but I'm mad because he won't sign a midfielder this summer. Yeah. Look, well, we can sit here and we can talk about whether we think Curtis Jones is good enough for Liverpool. And we bring the tweet up because it's not just a D-list journalist. It is Fabrizio Romano. We have got the here we go. Inter Milan agreed deal to sign Curtis Jones from Liverpool. Here we go. Verbal agreement in place at €35 million package. From LFC agreement also with the player and the medical being planned next. So everything's done. It's just a matter of the medical. Curtis was pushing for the move, which is what you never want to see from a player, but I can't fault him for that. There, a little cop out says Victor Munoz deal covered by Curtis Jones. So I feel sick. If that's the case, I feel sick. Big up Scottish Bear. Hope you're doing well. Big up everyone in the chat. Please do smash the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 600 subs. Um, and go check out some of the other videos. I put a video out this morning talking about the Rio and Gamoa situation. Put a video out yesterday breaking down the Como game. Obviously, did the deal or no deal video with Fozzie, Reese, and Kai yesterday. So big up the boys as well. So people go check those videos out if you haven't. Josh, let's be honest. We are selling. We shouldn't be. We're the most prestigious club in England. We shouldn't be a selling club, regardless of who our owners are. That's the point of this investment. We should be keeping our best players and adding to it. Um, Big up Martin. We no scouts are in the team now. Yeah, no more scousers in the team. Also, we can talk about as well because there's been a couple other bits of news the past day or so. Let me get some of this. Obviously, what we talk about, let me get these screenshots for these. People keep letting me know your thoughts in the comments section as well. Of course, my headset battery is low. Let me bring this up because we got a bit of Arsenal news to talk about, a bit of Man United news to talk about as well. I might actually save that for tonight, guys. I'm going to do a transfer show after Dean's Wednesday show. So I'm just going to talk about the Curtis Jones stuff today. But we'll talk about the Baleba stuff, Ollie Watkins, Newcastle, Arsenal. We'll talk about that. The one I do want to talk about, which I will talk about, is the fact the Jero Quansah news has gone quite quiet at Arsenal. And obviously, we know we've been reported with being interested in re-signing him next summer as opposed to this summer. But again, that's another Scouser who left the team in the last 2 years. 3 Scousers have left in the last 2 years. It's really unacceptable, guy. I mean, I know people say that we don't need a Scouser on the team, but through every period of sustained success for Liverpool, there's been a Scouser in the team. Maybe that says something. Big up Trudon says Wharton incoming then. No. Unless McAllister goes, we're not signing Wharton. Neoni will be Wharton's replacement, and I don't want to be Mr. Debbie Downer telling you guys that, but I think it's the case. I think Wharton is going to be the replacement for McAllister if McAllister leaves. I think Neoni is the replacement for Curtis Jones. Big up that. Big up Scottish Bear says hit the like button and subscribe. People, please do. It does really help out. Like I said, we're on the road to 600, on the road to 1,000 as well. So big up everyone for all the love as always. Alvarez deal dead off. Yeah, I've seen some stuff about that. I can talk about that later tonight. I don't actually know what's going on with the Alvarez deal. I don't know what's going on with Barca, to be honest. I assume Atletico just aren't selling him or asking a ridiculous fee that Barca probably can't even pay. I wouldn't even say unwilling. They probably can't afford it. So we'll see. People, obviously, so what this means for Inter Milan is they get and if you are an Inter Milan fan watching, I'm sure you already have done your research on Curtis Jones, but let me tell you the kind of player you're getting. In Curtis Jones, you're getting very, very good on the ball, ball retention, progressive ball carrier, tenacious player, is a decent to good passer, is solid defensively. He's not a superstar, obviously. So you're not signing a Pedri level player. You're probably not even signing a Tielemans level player. But he's a very consistent midfielder. You know what you're getting with him week in, week out. There will be times he frustrates you because he doesn't let go of the ball, but he also doesn't ever really lose the ball. That's the kind of player you're getting. Big up Martin says, bit off topic, Josh, Barca midfield or PSG midfield? Rodri, Pedri, Olmo, or Vitinha, Neves, Ruiz? That's a very good question. I think I'm gonna go Barca midfield. I think it's the best balance. There's not really an attacking midfielder out of that PSG midfield. Still a very good midfield. I mean, you're talking about the 1 and 2 best midfields in the world, so it's really 1A or 1B for me. But I think Rodri, Pedri, Olmo offers the perfect balance of everything. And also, I think Rodri is the best midfielder in the world. So then that's where they get another foot up um, over Barca. But Trudon says PSG have already proved it. That's true as well. Like I said, I don't know. I'm just basing it off what I know from the players. But the defense is clearly PSG still, and the attack is clearly PSG. So PSG for me is still the best team in the world. Bit of Scottish Bear says, whenever Liverpool sign players, we sell first team players or let first team players go. I don't see any other top team move like Liverpool. Shocking. Yeah, it is really bad. We've always done it. I hope with the new consortium and the new ownership, we move away from that and we look to retain our best players on top of adding some of the world's best. And of course, every club sells players. I understand that, but we shouldn't be selling a 26, 27-year-old Scouser from the area who is a reliable first or second midfield option off the bench. For me, we shouldn't be selling him. Big up Sony says, Jones was a decent squad player, but I think he finally realised after the third successive manager that he wasn't as good as believed he is, or enough to be a starter for us. I don't think Curtis Jones is a starter for us. I don't think he's good enough to be a starter for us. I see people say that they think he should be starting. I disagree. For me, he's a very good second centre mid option off the bench late in the game. If we're struggling, if we can't get a hold of the ball, he's an option you bring on off the bench to keep the ball. And for me, I think that's where you get the best out of him. Now, obviously, but I can't fault him for wanting to leave because he wants to go and start. But I look at that into midfield. I think they've still got Çalhanoğlu. Let me go double check. But Ray is still there. I don't know how many games he starts for Inter, unless they've promised him like assured game time. But obviously, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know. Let me go have a look at Inter Milan's squad because don't get wrong, he will play more minutes. I'm sure at Inter. But so their midfield is they have Christian Aslani, Alexander Stankovic, Yanis Masalin, Zielinski, Peter Sukic, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, Borea. Like, that's still a very hard midfield to start if you're Curtis Jones. I don't think he starts in that midfield. I think Borea started. I think Borea is better than him. I think Çalhanoğlu is better than him. I think Zielinski is probably still better than him. Mkhitaryan might even still be better than him in terms of how they want to play. He might play games. He might start for Inter Milan. I could be wrong, but I wouldn't start him over Borea or Çalhanoğlu or Zielinski. Again, that's just me. Let me see what you guys are saying. No Scousers left. Yep, no Scousers left in the team. Unless you're talking about the couple of the youth academy kids, but none of them are going to be playing. Obviously, Rio's not a Scouser. Abe ain't a Scouser. Actually, do we even have it? Like, I think Luca Eden is a Scouser, but he's 14. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of him this season. Big up Sony says he wanted to be a starter though. That was his issue, plus the wages. Yeah, well, I've just talked through it. I don't think he's going to be a starter in Milan. I do think he's going to get the wages there. I'm sure he is. That's why he's going. If you sat there and said how many games does Curtis Jones start for Inter Milan in a 38 game season, I'm probably not going to sit here and say more than 20. Maybe that's enough for him, but Big up Marcy says, I'm fine with this, but we better get another midfielder and we won't. It'll be Nioni. I don't want to be bearer of bad news to people, but Trey Nioni will be the step up replacement. Big up Scottish Bear says, I think it's 2 in and 2 out, 2 wingers and Jones. 2 wingers and Jones and Gakpo out. We don't have anywhere near the quality depth we need. I agree. We should be keeping Jones. We should be keeping Gakpo and still going to get 2 wingers. Now, the good thing that we have got, which I'll talk about later today after Dean's show, is Fabrizio has come out and said if we sell Gakpo, we are signing 2 wingers. So that's good. So it's not just 1 out, 1 in. So in that case, I'm happy. Obviously, I would still like to keep Gakpo based on what I've seen in preseason and what I saw before last season. I was very harsh on Gakpo last season. And he could still play that way. It is just preseason. But I'm in a very limbo state of mind with Gakpo at the moment. One day I think we should sell him, one day I think we should keep him. It's weird. Big up the row says Luke Chambers is a scouser. I don't see him playing any considerable minutes this season, brother. But I think he's even going out on loan. That's what the rumors have been. Does this mean we go for another midfielder or Trey is the replacement? Trey will be the replacement. If McAllister goes, then we probably sign a midfielder, which I assume would be Adam Wharton. And we can talk about whether we like that or not. I'll probably chop that up a bit later tonight. But yeah, Adam Wharton will be the replacement for McAllister. If McAllister leaves, Trainioni will just take Jones's spot in the squad. Sony says 35 million euros is a poor return, but given no top or mid-level Prem team wanted or would pay the wages, it was the issue, then you don't sell him and you give him the wages. I can't fault him for coming and asking for what 175 grand a week when Gravenberch is on 275, Gakpo's on 260, however much he's on. Like all these players, you're giving these players who's not given or given slightly more or just about the same as Curtis Jones to this team. Stupid wages. And now we're not willing to pay Curtis Jones still less than what they're on, but increase his pay. Just doesn't make sense to me. But again, that comes from the ownership. That comes from Richard Hughes having no sense of how to how to handle contract situations. Again, we always get players. I've said it. I'm going to keep saying it. It really, really, I'm 17 minutes in, so I can say this. Pisses me off that we always let these players get down to the last year of their contract and let them walk out on a free or sell them for pennies. I've said it, people. I'm going to keep saying it. I don't want to sell any more players. Sorry, I don't want to let any more players walk out on a free. If you made me sporting director tomorrow, let me tell you what I would do if I was sporting director. How about this? I'm going to bring this up. If I was sporting director, I'm going to tell you what I would do if I was sporting director whilst this is loading. Hello, Toast. You're a bit zesty, but big up, man. Please like the video. Big up Martin says, I really feel for Iraola. Man walked into a broken house with the previous owner not renovating it. Yep. Facts. I'm late. Josh, do you think we sign a replacement? If so, who? I don't think we sign a replacement, unfortunately, Toast. I think Neoni's the replacement. Big up South Asian Scouser says, Jones, hip don't lie, or hips don't lie, or do they? Good riddance, not a loss at all. One second. What's this? Scottish Bear says, Liverpool FC will enjoy the PSR regarding Jones. Watch Elliot get sold for about 15 or 20 million UK. Yeah, Elliot's gone. If Jones is gone, Elliot's gone. Can't complain about overpaying starters, then give squad players big wages, and we couldn't let another player leave on a free. No, look, I agree. I would have sold Jones this summer if he didn't sign a contract. But 170, 150, 175 grand isn't huge wages. It is, and don't get me wrong, he shouldn't be on that, but I can't just solo him out and then not use the examples of the other players in the squad who are on inflated wages as a gauge. Of course he's going to do that. So I can't be mad at him for doing that. 1 second, people. My dad's trying to log into the Netflix. I need to send him a code. Six. Also, people, if any of you are on Xbox and you want to play the new FC, let me know. I've got a playtesting code, but I can't stand EA, so I'm not playing it. So if you want the code, let me know. I'll send you the code for. If you have it, it has to be on Xbox though. Let me read. How Elliot and Endo are still here is a disgrace. I grew Elliot. I don't mind Elliot, but I wouldn't. I think I'm at that stage now. I'm just ready to move on from that. Big up Tristan. Big up Josh. Big up Tristan. Jones gone for 35 mil. Go get me Kone for 45. I agree. We won't, but I agree we should. Pretty sure Joyce said something about it being difficult or unlikely to get a Jones slash midfield replacement with the amount you receive from Inter. Well, if you have 10 million more, which I know the club do because they just had 1.8 billion invested into them, um, go spend that and you go get Manu Kone. Big up Toast says Josh is going to be the next superstar for YouTube. He's coming for a salmon copies channel. Big up, like, unsubscribe people. Big up Toast. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm just going to keep grinding. I'm not just taking it day by day, growing slowly. I'm in no rush. As long as you guys keep tuning back in, enjoying the content, then I'm gonna be here week in, week out, people. Elliot gone. I think he will be. Regardless of what we think of Jones being sold, we need a midfielder in. Need a 1-3 left. I agree. Wait, Josh, you use Xbox? No, well, I use PC now, but when I set up my FC playtester account, it was on Xbox. So if any of you guys are on Xbox and you want to play the new beta for FC 27, which I don't know why you would, but if you do, let me know in the chat. I'll send you the code. Tranioni is not the answer, people. I agree. He shouldn't be the answer this season. Shouldn't be replacing Curtis Jones. I think he should have a spot in the squad, but he shouldn't be starting games for me. I don't mind him taking Jones' spot in the squad. I do mind us not having another midfielder there, though. I think Alex Scott would be a great Jones replacement. I like Alex Scott. I just don't want to keep signing Bournemouth players because it worked for Iraola. And I'm not saying we will, but all we've been linked to this summer, we've been linked with Ryan, we've been linked with Krupi, we've been linked with Alex Scott, we've been linked with the centre back. They've got the young English one. If we can't win without being or trying to sign Bournemouth players, then no PlayStation. Fair. Club's a mess. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I think the 35 million is going towards the Barcola deal. We know how this club is run under FSG. True. It's all right, Josh. PS6 coming out next year. It's going to be cost heavy. Yeah, I know it is. Big up Paulie says, let's get Barcola and buy and Zaire Emery. Yeah, I'm happy with that. If we went and got Zaire Emery to replace Jones, that's a huge improvement. Big up Shankly. Hope you're doing well, brother. Says, big up Josh in chat. Trey is the answer for Jones. We have no one else. He will be the answer for Jones. Whether he's the right answer is a different question. People, I'm going to bring this up. Let me bring this up so you guys can see. Where is it? Big up A9 says, big up Josh. Chema Andres should be Jones replacement for 30 million euros and plus Wharton if we sell Elliot and Endo too. I hear you, brother. I do hear you. Let me bring this up, people. These are the players, right? If I was Richard Hughes, so we're in 2026. So at the end of the season, Alisson's out of contract. Van Dijk's out of contract. Joe Gomez, Bišćević, Simicas, Endo, Curtis Jones, obviously he's leaving. Calvin Ramsey, Harvey Elliott, Harvey Davis are all out of contract. In 2027, McAllister, Chiesa, Rio, and Yaros. From now on, if I was the sporting director of Liverpool Football Club, I would look at that. I would draw a line between 2027 and 2028. Any player who has 2 years or less left in their contract, you go to them and you say, you sign a contract now or this summer to keep you here long term, or I'm selling you this summer. I don't care who they are. Rio, I love Rio. If he doesn't sign a contract this summer, then I'd sell him. That may be harsh because he's a generational talent, but I don't want to lose a generational talent for free. If I'm going to lose him, then I'm going to lose him and get money for him, which I think he signed a new contract, so it doesn't matter regardless. Chiesa, like, I'd say to Chiesa. I'd sell Chiesa. I want to give Chiesa the option. I'd sell Chiesa. McAllister. I'd sell McAllister, so that wouldn't really be an option. I'm not too fussed about Harvey Davis or Yaros. They're keepers. They haven't really got much value anyway. Harvey Elliott. I'd say Harvey Elliott. Sign an extension. We'll keep you. Yeah, I'd keep Elliott. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I would sell Elliott at this point. But then for 3.9 million, you might as well keep him. Karen Ramsey. If he's our backup right back this season, sign a new contract. If not, you're gone, and I'll go get someone else in. Curtis Jones is gone. Endo, I'd sell Endo anyway. Simicast, I'd sell him. Oh, I can't stand Simicast. Bišćević, I'd sell him. Gomez, I'd keep Gomez still, just because again, he's just good squad rotation, and he's been here long enough where if we lose one of 3, I'm not too fussed about it. Van Dijk and Ali are the ones where they get exceptions because they're at an age now where I'm not going to give them a huge long-term contract. So if they decide to walk on I would try and re-sign them. Like I would still re-sign them for give them 2 years or a year. But I'm not going to sit there and say you need to sign a 5-year deal or I'm selling you. But I would still try to re-sign them if they don't. And I'm not going to sell them if they don't re-sign. I would let them run their contracts down because of what they've done for the club, because they've stayed here till they're in their mid to late 30s. So for me, them two are the exception. But the rest of these guys from 2027 to now, if their contract expires, I'd tell them you sign a new contract or I'm selling you, or I'm just going to sell you anyway because I don't want you here. Even probably 2028, like I'd go to Conor Bradley and I'd say, yo, I need you to play well this year. I want to give you a new contract. If you don't sign a new contract by next season when you're fully fit, I'm selling you. See you. Yeah. From now on, if I was Liverpool squad director, that is what I would do. You got 2 years left in your deal, cool. Sign a contract, or you're out the door, rude boy. Like that's literally all it should be. Anything else than that is just why am I not in focus? Was that damn? All right, answer. But is what it is, peeps. You know what I mean? Let me read some of these chats because I went on a bit of a tangent there. Big up Toast says, Josh, when Ekatike comes back, do you think he'll go straight into the first team when he's fully fit? Maybe left winger Barcode on the right? I doubt it. Yeah, no, I doubt it, to be fair. Why didn't LFC put 100 million price tag on Jones? No one's paying that for Jones. Jones had a year left in his contract. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. So I can't be mad at them for selling him. I want us, like, if they said it was either we have Jones this year and we lose one of 3 or we sell him this summer, I'd sell him this summer. I don't think he offers enough to the team. And I'm annoyed we sold him. I would have re-signed him to a new contract, but I also wouldn't let him walk out on a free. Send to VVD. Re-sign VVD, I would. Reduces the valuation. Big up, Ant. Hope you're doing well, brother. Doesn't matter if you have 1 year left. Top players. If Jones had a 20-year contract, I wouldn't charge the team 100 million for him. He's not that good of a player. Perfect. Now get rid of Gakpo, Chiesa, Endo, Gomez, Simicast, bring quality players in, including Barco. I'd get rid of them. Maybe not Gakpo, but I'm letting off loads of those names in that list. Yeah, I probably would as well. Lesson VVD should leave now. Then, well, the difference is Shankly when there's obviously context in that, but a player like Simicast, if you want to plan Simicast to be backup left back for the 2 years, do it. But I don't want to let a player like that who's still got value leave on a free. Like Van Dijk and Allison are in their mid 30s, so obviously you're not going to get value for them selling them. So you might as well let them leave. And also, they're legends of the club, so that's where that's like. But anyone else, yeah, offer them a contract or sell them. I think Elliot Anderson should have been 35 and Jones 116. Like, Elliot Anderson's better than Curtis Jones. I don't think Elliot Anderson is. I think Elliot Anderson's super overrated. I wouldn't have just paid more than 70 for Elliot Anderson. But he's still better than Curtis Jones. Big up this. Selling Jones, meanwhile, Kaiser, Endo, Simicast still here. Yeah, I know. Agreed. Elliot Anderson's got a brick foot. Super over. Yeah, Elliot Anderson ain't great. Marcel Skelly moved to Elliot Anderson in the Community Shield. Liverpool better hope they get another midfielder coming in. True. Elliot also out. I'd sell Elliot, yeah. Bill Tristan says re-sign VVD and Allison and bring in Vuskovic and Penders as replacements for the future. Bring Nico Schlotterbeck. I like Schlotterbeck. I'd bring Schlotterbeck in. Simicast needs to put 2 slices of cucumber under his eyes. He always looks tired because he's shit. Apologies. I'm trying to cut down my swearing on stream, but I had to say that for Simicast because he is. Can't stand Simicast. 2 wingers, 1 DM, 1 right back needed. I agree. If we got that in, I'm very happy with the summer. I've gone from very pessimistic to very optimistic for the season. Big up BT says Josh Bro, stay original, don't change. Like these content creators who go on shows and start being someone they ain't. No, that'll never be me. I'm always going to be myself on any show I'm on. If people don't like it, then they don't have to invite me on their show and they don't have to come on my channel. I'm always going to be me. Toast Toast. I can't lie. You're getting close to a timeout because you can't be saying this. Like it's actually getting weird now. Philip Shankly says time to move on from Ali VVD being sentimental, not going to work, changing room where they're earning that much. I hear your point. For me, they're 2 of our biggest leaders, so I want as much leadership in the team to help younger players develop because we're moving a bit like Chelsea with how young some of our players are. Obviously not as bad, but Philip Toast says I think Verge can play on for another 2 to 3 years if we use him properly. I wouldn't keep him beyond this season. Actually, I know I'd keep him this season. I'd keep him next season. Beyond that, probably again he'd be 37 by that point. So I definitely probably. I mean, look, unless he doesn't get any worse, like this is the worst Van Dijk's ever going to be, then keep him till he's 45. Fuck it, why not? As of now, Josh, where do you see us finishing the league? Top 4 would be a miracle at the current point. I think we probably get 4th or 5th. If we get Barcola and Mbayan, if McAllister leaves and we get Kone or Wharton and another right back, I think we can challenge. It's just my opinion. I think we can challenge. I think even if we just get Barcola and Mbayan, I think we probably can finish second, but I think we finished probably quite a big distance away from Arsenal. I think Arsenal look very hard to beat so far. We are only club on planet that would sell first team midfielder and not replace him. Well, other teams have done it. If they really think Neoni's that guy, then sure, man. I guess I can live with it for a season. Try it for a season. If Neoni's not that guy, then go get a replacement in. Elliot gotta be next. Simicast, Endo, Chiesa as well. I agree. People talking about McConnell. He was extremely lucky. Como was a friendly. Was getting rings ran around and badly needs a loan. Yeah, I don't think anyone seriously is saying McConnell should be in the first team. So it's still good, man. It's just weird. Like, I don't. Obviously, I know you because you come in the chat, and I appreciate you coming in the chat. But like, you could be anyone. Like, you could be a 75-year-old man sitting in his basement, calling me babe. Like, it's funny though. I'm obviously just kidding. When you next stream with your dad, Jamie? Well, obviously vibes tomorrow night, but probably not before then, unless he's on Dean's channel at 4 o'clock. But I don't know if he is. I might be on a show with him tomorrow afternoon. Toast might be Diddy's burner. It's crazy, mine. It might be though. It could be. People putting hope on Yoni is insane. Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on over a 19-year-old kid, but we'll have to wait and see. I think he's a good player. I think he will play well this season. I think he can play a good part in the squad. If we're in transition, then sell VVD and Allison. I think there's a difference between being in a transition and an overhaul. I don't think we need an overhaul. I think the main characters we needed out of our club, Slot, whoever, Kanate. I'm not saying Kanate should have gone. I would have kept Kanate, but Slot mainly is gone. Um, but you still need familiar faces to help guide the transition through, so there is still some stability at the club. If we got rid of like, that's what I mean, if we got rid of everyone who was at the club last season, like that's it's crazy. I don't know. Um, but next, Elliot Chiesa, Endo, Simicast, Hologram, Gomez. Yeah, I'd keep Gomez personally because I just don't think you get any value from selling him. But agree, VVD leaves next year. Fair. Would you be happy with FA Cup and third? Yeah, 100% I would be because we still got Champions League and we won a trophy. I'd be happy with it. If as it stands here, I'd be happy with third in the FA Cup. Even if we got the players in, I'd be happy with that. Actually, where do we finish in the Champions League? Do we get to like the quarterfinal, semi-final, final? Because if we don't make it out of the group, then I'm unhappy. But concert to Arsenal confirmed. Is that a here we go, or is that a David Ornstein, or is that just? Oh no, that is a here we go. Cool, 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 cool. Right, well, I'll talk about that shortly then, guys. I'll do a video later tonight talking about that. I hate Arsenal with passion. I hate you. Big up Martin says, by the way, Josh, have you seen the recent clips of Beyonce going around? Them files are coming out one by one. Jay-Z must have pissed off someone bad. No, I haven't seen that. Wow, Coppish go live and 10 people leave instantly. You know how crazy that pull is if Coppish go live and 10 people just go. um Beyonce was 19 in the I don't I there must be some weird shit. I'm gonna have to go look at this off stream. I don't know. I don't want to get into something crazy on stream. Big up says this is a bench player, so seven just makes sense, and Trey can be his replacement. There's still hope for a new six coming. Yeah, but you get the six in, and then you sell Jones. You don't sell him, and we are talking about we need a replacement. It might be scary now, but on Sunday I see a Dark Knight scoring a hat trick, and hey Mo, Mo, hold that Mo, scoring two past you. I'm looking forward to your Newcastle a scary video after we. I promise you, if you beat us, then first of all, if you beat us, we'll crash out like ridiculously because we should not be losing to you regardless of being away. Um, I have a horrible feeling we will actually be relying on the youth this season. I think certain players, but I doubt it. Toasted, I think Nicki Minaj got something against Jay. I don't know what's going on with Jay Z, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to go check this out for myself. Um, Josh, people want to see Jay's downfall. Like, Jay Z's my goat, or one of my goats. So I hope nothing crazy's going on with Jay Z, man. People, please don't watch along for the Newcastle game. I might, but I don't know. I think we'll see. I'll figure out what I'm doing. Um, top four, top five. How many points, Josh, in the 60? Yeah, well, we got 60 points last season. I reckon have Iriola alone gets us a guaranteed 12. 12 points. So I think we get at least 70 points. Nicki Minaj married a. Okay. If we don't get PSG, I reckon we can make the final. I think we can beat any team over two legs, to be fair. Quarter, Champions League, semi. Quarter of the Champions League, semi of the League Cup, win the FA Cup, third place. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Especially if we go out to a good team in the Champions Like if we went out to PSG in the Champions League. But we are winning the league. I respect the confidence, Shankly. Arsenal could literally start 10 centre backs in there. Wow, 15 people have gone. You know how crazy the Coppish pull is? They're selfish. And I hope they see this. Matt, Drifty, Callum, you're selfish. Little content creators trying to out here grow, trying to get people to. I mean, you go live with your theme song, and everyone's gone. No, I'm trolling. Of course, I love the Coppish boys. Big up Toasters. Sorry, Josh. Stay on the grind. I think Sam even said it took him 6 months to get to 1,000. Yeah, I think it did take. Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm in a much easier era with now redirects and panel shows, so it's much easier for me to grow. So I'm super grateful for everyone. I always say I'm never going to not say it. Morrison going Sheffield Wednesday on loan was our best player in preseason. Same happened with Carvalho. Jesus, Fabio Carvalho. I forgot that name. Morrison hasn't been our best player in preseason. I don't want to. I like Morrison. I think he played well, but I'm still here, brother. Big up, Tristan. Appreciate that. Coppish are the Coca-Cola of the Liverpool YouTube space, biggest brand. Yeah, facts. I guess I'm just like I think I'm like roller cola. Like, yeah, I mean, people will drink me if they got to, but if Coca-Cola is available, they're drinking Coca-Cola. Um, Copy. You've read that already. Coppish should rebrand, should be called Copish. I disagree. Realistically, how many signings do you think we're gonna do? 2 more. I think we're gonna get 2 wingers and call it a day. I need a doc about the Carters produced by 50 Cent. Oi, I promise you, I'm doing a watch along on stream. This season, Arsenal will start 6 centre backs, 4 CDMs, and a midfielder as the centre forward. Yeah, they probably will. Trudon says, Mo, there's nothing scary about Newcastle. Enjoy your relegation scrap. Dale Trudon, king of the trolls. Generally think be a riot if Isak scores a hat trick on Sunday. Going to be a nasty atmosphere. Mo, I hope you're watching, Mo. Mo, I promise you, if I'm doing the watch along and Isak scores, I'm doing this straight away. I promise you, I'm gonna start dugging on you, Mo. And you, Mo, don't run from it. If I do a match reaction for the Newcastle game, I want you there for it, Mo. If we beat you 4-0, I want you there for it, Mo. Don't run. It's the dictator's fault, aka Marteta. Yeah. Big bun up for okay, Trudon, man. That you know, true. I did say it. Rah, everyone's Coppish. Coppish of selfish bastards. Wow. Wow. If we can get Coyote for the right back next summer, I'll be calm with Frimpong for 1 season. If we get Coyote, I'm buzzing with that. 2 more signings and not saving this season, in my opinion. Too much games, 2 weak squad. I hear you. I don't even need to redirect to Coppish because you guys just go there anyway. Everyone's gone. We have Ant says, seen Arsenal fans not counting league titles pre 89. Same club, by the way. Whole merchandise beating us to the league in 89. You're in cold. Big up, I need 6-0 versus Newcastle and Munoz, Rio, Sobo, and Isak to score. Oh my god, I will be so here for it. No need to redirect, man, just leaving. Yeah. Oh, and Biggs. Oh, of course, Monster's just gone live as well. Of course he has. Why wouldn't he have? It doesn't matter. I'm wrapping the show up now anyway, so it's all good. Anyways, people, well, go check out Coppish, go check out Big Six Pants. You got plenty of choices, so. But people, I will see you all at 4 p.m. I might see if I can jump on Big Six Pants on the show before everyone says Ayo, pause. But people, please go please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you haven't already. Share with your friends as well. If you have any friends who are if support Liverpool or support football, share the channel to them as well, please, people. Trying to grow a nice organic community. Not doing it the way a lot of people do, where they just rage bait and try and say shit till people watch them. That's not me. But people, yeah, go check everyone out. I'll see you all later tonight on Dean's channel at 4 p.m. And I'll be live after that as well, probably about 6 o'clock on this channel. Again, we can talk about the concert news, the Belabor stuff. So, people, as always, appreciate you all for joining me. Have a lovely morning, evening, or afternoon. See you all later today. Catch you on the flip. Peace.
The boots go quiet now on the stair to the stand. Sweat on the scarf rails, mud on your hands.